It's that time of year in Buffalo where you cut the grass and you get that smell, that football training camp smell that the season is here, Bills Mafia. But welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. We got to discuss it. Man, the iron, sharpening iron that we didn't have last year. And the biggest one that we didn't have was actually Trey White. Tearing his ACL the previous year, missing really all the way until Thanksgiving last year. We didn't have Trey White in training camp for Iron Sharpening Iron. What do I mean by that? Trey White versus Stefon Diggs. Trey White versus Gabe Davis. You know, Iron Sharpening Iron, making themselves better versions of themselves. I mean, Trey White, arguably the best cornerback in the NFL, going against Stefon Diggs, Gabe Davis, even Deontay Hardy in training camp is just going to make everyone that much better. And speaking of Deontay Hardy, the speed that he brings to this team, you guys hear it from players and teammates right now saying like, wow, we definitely have not had this speed on our team. And you look at Isaiah McKenzie, you look at Jamison Crowder, even Nyheim Hines, all being said to be fast, but Deontay Hardy is on a different level. A Pro Bowler with Jameson Winston or Trevor Siemian as his quarterbacks. Also a kick and punt returner that now with Nyheim Hines being down, we could very well see. So iron sharpening iron. This Deontay Hardy and the speed that he brings offensively is going to get us prepared for the Jalen Waddles, the Tyreek Hills, you know, the speed going against opposing teams. Deontay Hardy is definitely going to be that iron sharpening our entire defense, and most likely this middle linebacker that we need to have be a better in pass coverage. Two matchup dual middle linebackers here for Bills Mafia. And of course, let's just get right into it. The iron that we didn't have last year, sharpening iron this year, you could really say Dorian Williams, a 4.49 40. We have not had that here in Buffalo. I mean, Tremaine Edmonds, I always said 6'5", the Sequoia tree in the middle of defense, but definitely slow, doesn't have a fast break on the football, right? So I think having a Dorian Williams, having guys like Balen Spector, Terrell Bernard, Tyrell Dotson, who are a little bit better in pass coverage, who are definitely better matchup wise, is going to help this iron sharpening iron. So going against Dawson Knox, going against Dalton Kincaid, and that's another player that we didn't have last year. More iron sharpening iron, getting us prepared for guys like Travis Kelce, you know, Zach Ertz type players in the NFL here. Dalton Kincaid rated the best hands statistically of any prospect coming out of college since NFL analytics started. Dalton Kincaid is definitely going to be helping iron sharpening iron in this entire defense. Guys like Matt Milano, even Dorian Williams, even Taron Johnson, Taylor Rapp, Cam Lewis, whoever plays in that slot position is definitely going to be helping out here, iron sharpening iron. I'm absolutely loving all these draft picks. And another big one here, going back to offense, is O'Cyrus Torrence. You know, we didn't have O'Cyrus Torrence last year, and we sure haven't really had that body type or skill set here in Buffalo. No one really thought we were going to draft him because he was said to be flat-footed. He was said to be immovable off the ball, a little bit slow getting to the perimeter when we asked these offensive linemen to pull and do all these things. But O'Cyrus Torrence is going to be iron sharpening iron, bringing a completely different skill set to this offensive line to help determine this defensive line, and going against our new free agent signing, Poona Ford, Jordan Phillips, right? Daquan Jones, Shaq Lawson, and this entire defense. I really think O'Cyrus Torrence is going to present some things in training camp to help iron sharpening iron. Now, I really believe some other skill sets that we didn't have last year, Trent Sherfield, Justin Shorter, those tall, physical type wide receivers going against Kaiir Elam, Dane Jackson, Christian Benford, you know, even Trey White. You know, Trey White, I mean, we've really only seen Trey White get beat in those 50-50 jump balls against DeAndre Hopkins types, you know. So I think that's just another thing where iron is going to be sharpening iron here. Justin Shorter, 6'4", freak of nature, doing some big time things here for Bills Mafia. Now, James Cook, Damian Harris, Darrington Evans, who we just signed, and Latavius Murray are pretty much new to this team. I mean, James Cook really started to emerge into a true RB1 last year. I would say definitely after the halfway point, but James Cook entering this training camp, bringing that skill set to the Buffalo Bills. Damian Harris, a very smart running back. We saw what he did against Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer in this defense when they only passed it 3 times against us. Latavius Murray willing to stick his face right down in the thick of things. And from this area, Darrington Evans going to Appalachian State. They know what this area is all about. Hard-working running backs. Damian Harris, grinders, man. You gotta gang tackle these guys to the ground. And I really think that is going to help prepare this Buffalo Bills defense as a whole, just getting us ready to go. And you got to keep in mind, too, Khalil Shakir, being a rookie last year, progressing, could potentially get some more reps in kick and punt return now due to that injury to Hines. And also in the slot, also on the outside, I think we're going to use Khalil Shakir just like we use Gabe Davis, asking him to work on the perimeter, asking him to work in the slot, work in rotation with Deontay Hardy, Trent Sherfield, and all of these guys. And I'm absolutely loving it, absolutely loving it. And Leonard Floyd, right? These defensive ends, Shane Ray, Leonard Floyd, both playing on Super Bowl teams alongside Von Miller. Who knows if Von Miller is even going to start the season for the Bills? He could end up on PUP on the PUP list, being inactive until week 6, but it basically gives us an extra roster spot for a Shane Ray, for a Leonard Floyd, for us to determine and let this defensive line shake out. AJ Epinesa, Boogie Basham, all these guys, like what, Shaq Lawson, how is that all going to really shake out for Bills Mafia? And I'm just loving it. Absolutely loving it. Taylor Rapp is another huge addition for the Bills. It's going to be interesting to see how we utilize him. DeMar Hamlin, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Taylor Rapp. I mean, there's just so many guys, too, like mixing in there that we brought in. Anderson, too. There's another player there. But so much depth on this Buffalo Bills team. And ultimately, that's what it boils down to, is iron sharpening iron. Guys making one another better, bringing in different skill sets, bringing in different things to make one another better as a team. And you're going to face that throughout the season. Not every team is built the same. Not every player is built the same. But you can kind of categorize guys in certain skill sets and what they're great at. If a defensive tackle is great at bull rushing, and we have a player that's not great against the bull rush, maybe we take a guy like Poona Ford or Daquan Jones, these great bull rushers, and have them crank that out during training camp so that this player is prepared for the 2023 season in the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl run. But again, I smell the grass. I cut the grass yesterday, and that smell is in the air, Bills Mafia. Get ready, get hyped up. First practice is actually tomorrow. I think they're doing all the weigh-ins and interviews and stuff today, so can't wait. Get hyped up. Go Bills.